Three. All right, we're on. Hey, brother.
Hey,
Hey, brother.
hey, hey, brother.
Hulk Hogan would actually probably rock this sweater. He was always
Yeah,
wearing
you
yellow.
might. Yeah, he was always wearing yellow, but
Talking about.
those are sherbet colors. Let's see that full sweater.
Oh, you want to see the full? So
Yeah, let's see the full sweater. It
this is awkward.
looks like an inverted pride flag.
so
I'm just kidding.
so it's like a sherbet colors,
Yeah,
and I wore it. Adam was here last weekend for my show, Best Medicine 2, the second installment of Best Medicine,
yep.
and it was a raging success. Raging
It
success.
was all right.
But
No, I had a lot of fun.
no, it
It
could have been
was
better. My the way I
well.
the way
It's
I
your second
sat
show.
that room, it's a brand new room. It's different than Firehouse. I could have sat it a little different. We didn't realize how good Kappa Alpha, the frat we invited, was going to be. They were the best part of the crowd. We sat them in the back. Should have sat them in the front. Well, you live, you learn. But I wore this on stage. I was just telling Adam, there was a specific reason why I wore these colors on stage is because look at my face. Look how dark everything is. My
Very
hair,
dark, very dark.
eyebrows, my eyebrow furl, my mustache, my beard, everything is so dark that I
Dark
was like,
features.
I need something that pops color, like
Where do
that
you
shows.
let me ask you something real quick. Where do you think our dark features come from? Do you think they're from mom's side or dad's side? Because there's a lot of people on mom's side that had some darker features. Like Opa before he went all gray. He had, brown hair, brown eyes. Oh no, Opa had blue eyes. Never mind. But
I
look at like the Yofas. Look at like Ricardo and Falky and it, I mean, Dad had really dark features too, and he's full-blooded Italian. So
it's a little
what
bit
do you
of
think?
both. It's a little bit
Yeah,
of both, I think. Yeah, I think like I get when my beard gets long, it gets red. That's from the Italians.
that's the Italians.
Um,
Yeah, they a
you
lot of
have
redheads on
different.
that side.
You got like your mustache is definitely that of the Markov tribe,
Think
or
so?
or from the Yuffa, because like the Senefanis, we grow thin mustaches like this.
Great grandpa, the great no Luigi, he had a pretty big mustache. You remember that big portrait we had? I need to like take a picture so everybody can see the portrait of Nono Luigi. He was this larger than life man and gave birth to two very short sons. He was like tall for you. He must have been like your height, like 5'10. That was tall for back then. And no, here's Nono and his brother are like 5'3", you know, because he married a midget. But anyways,
All right,
that's
I had to take this away from Obama because he was getting.
he loves those bottle caps.
So my cat is addicted, obsessed, and just compulsive with the bottle caps. Like right now, he's just sitting right here, just staring at it, like
Staring.
to do with it. But yeah, the Italian features, I think, and that's why I wore color on my stage, and I was prepared to get roasted by comics for it.
And they didn't roast you.
In the group chat, it came up.
In the group chat, it's like David's the Sherbert, King Sherbert of the show.
Someone asked where I got my sunset hoodie from, and I kind of like that. It kind of looks like a Mark Rothko painting. That artist from New York that was killed.
No, I'm looking it up right
Seriously?
now. Mark Rothko.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can do screen sharing, can I?
Oh yeah, okay. They have one of his works at DIA. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the one they have that the DIA looks like a picnic table. It's not his best work.
It does look like a picnic table. I, I've seen it. I don't mind it.
The first one that comes up is the one that
You can share your screen.
I can't. It's been so long.
Do you want me to share? Do you want me to do it?
Oh, just remind me.
Look at that. It's Obama.
Where do I share screen?
Obama.
Oh my god, it's right in the fucking middle.
It's right in the fucking thing. Boom, bada ding, bada doom. You could buy that for $219. Wow, he wasn't very successful.
Well, this is a remake.
That's a reprint.
And it's probably it's 30 by 30. That's actually kind of small. But yeah, it reminded me of Mark Rothko's paintings. And Ow, dude. Look, he just for the fucking bottle cap that's in my pocket. Look at him. He's like obsessed.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's got like it's like a homing thing. He's just like, give me the bottle cap. Give me the bottle cap. I want the bottle cap. Bottle caps.
A little obsessed, bro. Little
So,
obsessed.
so since we're talking about our outfits, I wanted to talk about mine.
Yeah, yours is
This is David gave me this and this.
he
This
has
is a
got
dance hat. This is my new dance hat. I go to dances with this. A lot of
the,
clubs
the
in Detroit. We go dancing all the time. What are you
the
gonna say?
hat there. Was given to me because I'm an employee at that place. I'm the on-call door guy for the Vulcan Gas Company, which does comedy shows right
I
now.
know everybody knows what Vulcan is.
No, a
Even
lot of people don't know. So Vulcan is essentially where Joe Rogan moved and started doing all his shows. He hasn't opened up a club here in Austin, so he does them at the Vulcan, and that's one of their hats. It was a little
there's
too colorful
there's
for
also
me.
another live
Gave it
podcast
to
that's still on
Adam.
there.
Adam had a little yeah, they do Kill Tony there, and then Death Squad, Brian Redman's secret show. And then every weekend is a different touring comic on Friday and Saturdays. Shout out to Lucas, sold 300 tickets to his show Hit List there on Saturday night. That's impressive. That's a good sign for the comedy scene here in Austin. It shows that people are coming out to shows, even if it doesn't have a big name listed on the poster. That's really good for all of us here that have moved here and that have already lived here. That means people are traveling when they come to Austin. They want to go do something cool on a weekend. But yeah, I gave Adam that colorful hat from that venue. And it also gave it to him because it was white. And I was sure going to get mustard on it if I didn't give it to him.
Yeah, you get mustard on everything. Mustard or ketchup. Usually,
No,
or if you're with mom, if
I
mom
don't fuck with
visits,
ketchup. I'm a
if
mustard.
if mom visits, then ketchup's gonna get on it because she eats ketchup like this. She dips her fries in the ketchup and she likes to swing it real fast. That's how mom eats French fries. I'm kidding. She doesn't eat French fries that way. I'm going that.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah, Austin was fucking sweet, man.
I'm
I had
working
a
on a new
great
bit
time.
about how mom eats ketchup.
Yeah, you should. It's funny.
What
30
is
packets of ketchup. You'd think that Frankenstein was her son from Big Daddy. But anyways,
I thought he had a growth on his chest. I forget that male cats also have nipples.
yeah, they do.
I was
Jim's got
like, what
nipples
is that?
too.
Am I gonna have to take you into the vet? Am I
Are you
gonna
gonna have to put him down?
am I gonna
You
have to
got
take
it.
you to a dermatologist? Oh, what's in your eye? You got a little schmutz. Little schmutzy cat.
All right,
Hi,
Schmutz cat.
remember Adam? Hi, Adam.
It's a cat. But yeah, dude, what was the name of the last day I was there? We ate at Crunch Wrap. That brisket. Was it brisket Crunch Wrap? It was
Yeah,
brisket, wasn't
everything was brisket. I think that we
it?
ate there.
What was the name of that
The
place?
CM Smokehouse.
Well, CM Smokehouse. But what was the name of their? Oh, that's the. Yeah. Oh yeah, we had the wings too. I forgot about that. I didn't in my picture. I didn't get the wings
So
because like I took a picture. I took a picture of you taking a picture of it.
yeah, I saw that. That's the crunch wrap.
Can you please send me
brisket.
those? Can you send
Yeah,
me all the pictures? Yeah,
that's
thanks.
the white barbecue wings.
Yeah.
And this is their patty melt, which is far superior to Whataburger's patty melt because they use brisket, real cheese, good old sauce, bunch of caramelized onions.
Oh, I was thinking
That,
about those. I was
that
also thinking about that Denny's burger though.
Denny's burger is incredible.
That was amazing.
But while we're talking about CM Smokehouse, amazing. But the only thing I think keeping me from eating that all the time is Texas barbecue is expensive. It
You're
is.
just poor. No, I'm just kidding. It is expensive.
No, that meal was $35 a person for those 3 trays.
Well, I saw your fridge. You eat pretty healthy.
I'm okay with giving Cade that money, CM Smokehouse, because CM Smokehouse feeds us at the Vulcan.
Mhm.
He is the sponsor for Kill Tony, so every Monday we get a brisket sandwich, maybe a sloppy Joe, wings. So like I've been eating CM Smokehouse free for months. So we'll go there and support his business. I have no issue with that. But we also ate at Black's Terry Black's relatives place. Not as good as Terry, but
It's pretty good.
I would say the sides are inferior, except for that
Sweet potatoes.
The sweet potato marshmallows were so good. And then then Adam and I got home drunk late last one of the nights, and we ordered Denny's delivery. And I
And
don't know if people
I just-
know this because Denny's gets a bad rap, but our dad used to take us to Denny's on the weekends. It was the safe haven for divorced dads in the 90s. You could go there with your kids, they would get crayons, a little menu, you get a decent meal, and you could waste 2 hours before you took your kids to the movies and wasted another 2 hours. It was the best. Dad would always flirt with the waitresses. But
except that one time.
something happened from 9/11 until 2018.
Well, I want to talk about that one time.
Shit. Denny's started closing down. Denny's all over the place were just garbage.
Well, do you remember the one time? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you remember the one time we were at Denny's and I got pancakes and he yelled at me because I couldn't cut my pancakes with the fork. I wanted a knife and I had a mental breakdown because fuck Denny's.
You didn't like using your fork to cut food, and you didn't like tornadoes. You were very interesting.
We're not talking about tornadoes. We're talking about the food. We'll talk about tornadoes another time. But no, specifically that time. And I remember we went to his little strike party, whatever it was. You know what? His headquarters for the strike in the middle of the shittiest neighborhood in Detroit. And he's like, my son doesn't know how to cut his pancakes to his friends. Like, well, he won't let me use a knife. And his friends were like, why won't you let him use a knife? Like, what's wrong with you, Luigi? So made him look like an idiot. And then he wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the weekend.
You got to remember how he was raised. He was raised by those two that they refused to get their dishwasher fixed, our grandparents. So their whole prerogative with teaching us how to use a fork to cut our food was just because they didn't want to dirty any more silverware, because Nona would have to wash it by hand. So instead of just getting the dishwasher fixed, they created this whole new set of rules about how you had to use your fork for everything.
Yep, got it cut. And it was a pain in the ass. It sucked. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's like, this is how you eat. The proper European way to eat food.
God, you get so worked up.
I get real worked up about this. The proper European way to eat food, you have your fork and what is it? Knife in your right hand, fork in your left hand.
Knife in your right hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Left hand. Cut like this.
Yeah, you cut like that. So
there's a story our grandmother used to raise us with when we were kids, because I used to always pick up my fork with my left hand or my knife with my left hand. Like if I had a knife, I would have it in my left hand, and fork. If I just had my fork, I would have it in my left hand. And our German grandmother would tell us the story that there was a British spy that came over to Germany, and he worked his way up into the higher ranks, and he was there with a dinner with all the generals, and they went to eat their rouladen, and he cut his with the knife in the left hand. Everyone else at the table had the knife in their right hand, and that's how they were able to tell he was a spy, and they shot him dead.
Kind of like the scene in Inglourious Bastards. She would have loved that movie.
Yeah, the German three and
the German this is the German threes. Speaking of Germany, I got my little German flag right here. I've had that since I came back from Germany in '99. Oh, you got a ding. But yeah, 3 instead of 3. Dry glass. No, dry glass. Yeah, spy. Anyways.
But so yeah, Denny's got good cheeseburgers now.
Denny's, dude, that made up. No, the cheeseburger. The fact that it was delivered made it taste so much better. That made up for all the bad memories that I had about Denny's growing up as a little kid.
And that's the thing about that. I don't think a lot of people realize or know that that's all you should be ordering off their menu. Because I went recently with the guys after they had a show. We all went and got some food and got the chicken fried steak. Because that's what was, like, oh, this is the best thing on the menu. Not good. It's overrated. Chicken fried steak is overrated. And
Cracker Barrel's the only
unless you get it done by, like, I had a chicken fried steak when I drove through the mountains in Colorado. I stopped up at this little place and I smoked a little bit. and got this chicken fried steak that was covered in like homemade gravy. It was so good.
That's how it's supposed to be done.
The lady who owned the restaurant said she was planning to move to California with her husband, and they were towing a boat through the mountains and got hit in the snowstorm and what's it called? Forked,
Yeah.
or the truck spun, the boat spun, and they ended up staying there for the weekend until the snowstorm cleared, and they enjoyed it so much that they ended up canceling their plans to move to California. They sold the boat and they ended up settling there in the mountains and
That's
opened up
awesome.
that little tiny diner. And I was like, this is awesome. Like that's, could you imagine like your whole
Where is the
life
diner? Let's look it up.
um it's gonna take too long to find it.
What city?
I can't remember. It was somewhere random.
Diners in the Rocky Mountains. I bet you I
I'll
can find it.
have to go back through.
Kepler and I were in the Allegheny Mountains, Pennsylvania. We ate in some diner there, and that's like coal. That's like coal miner country. That's like the vibe that you got. But I tell you what, some of the best breakfast I've ever ate. That was a good time in the Rocky Mountains, Colorado.
Did I move? I moved in the summer of 2016, right?
Mountain Home Cafe. We had a really good diner too in Evergreen when we were in Colorado. You were with me. That's when went and hung out with my friends that lived in Colorado and my friend from home.
Yeah, I don't know why. I must have used a different type of phone for that trip. I'm not finding anything.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyways, I just want to give him a shout out because that's like a really cool story. It's like they got stuck there and it was all meant to be. They found their mountain home. It's that shit John Denver sings about,
Yeah, I almost sent you a John Denver song right before your plane took off.
I no, dude. Before my plane took off, I was thinking about that, and I could have swore there was a John Denver song playing in the airport. I'm like, if there should be certain artists that are just banned
From the airport.
from the airport. Leonard Skinner. Please don't play at Leonard Skinner. I remember
Buddy
hearing
Holly?
Leonard's what
Buddy
Buddy Holly, Buddy Holly, or the La Bamba guy. No,
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah. Yeah, Aaliyah, mega time banned from the airport, and then John Denver. Yeah, those artists should never be played in an
And then
airport.
just for safe measure, Juice World.
Wait, what's Juice World?
He overdosed on a plane.
That's sad. Did he die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't even know this guy.
The pilot called the police on the ground and said that the kids that he was flying had drugs on them. So to cover it up, he took them all instead of taking the charge.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, not the right move. Take the charge. You're a rapper. You can use the street cred. Don't take all the drugs at once.
Oh, he took all. That was well, that's why drugs should be legal. The penalties for drugs are ridiculous. I blame the war on drugs for that then. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, any drug death like that. Definitely.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Speaking of war on drugs, they made Delta 8 illegal here.
Again?
Then they re-legalized it. Then they've introduced something called Delta 10 marijuana, which apparently is like the sativa version of Deltas. I don't know. It always just sounds like some dumb marketing ploy to sell shitty weed. But then there is one place in town that's selling Delta 9. And for those of you who know, and I'm pretty sure Adam gets it, Delta 9 is just regular weed. Delta 9 is normal THC. That's what we've been smoking since the 70s. So someone is just,
I got some Delta 9 on the brain now.
Delta 9, but as Delta 9. And
Delta 9.
They haven't been shut down yet.
That's what I'm gonna name my if it hasn't already been done, I'm gonna name my reggae dub group Delta 9. Have a little pop punk in there. Basically just a Sublime cover band.
A cover band of a cover band.
A cover band of a cover. Yeah, a cover band of a cover band of a cover band. We do slightly stupid covers, and we do Sublime covers, and we do um, Aeration covers, and some Peter Tosh covers, which are also covered by Sublime. So yeah, that's a lot of people don't know. Sublime was a cover band.
They're a Woodstock. They're a Woodstock '99 tribute band.
40, yes. 40 Ounces to Freedom had oh god, what were all the covers on it? Well, he covered Grateful Dead, and I think he covered Janis Joplin, a Janis Joplin song, and they covered and then they also covered a Descendants song, and they covered a Bad Religion song. So that tells you what kind of people they were. They were cool. It's like that's all the music. I think that's why I like Sublime so much, and why they're one of my favorite bands, is because I love classic rock and I love punk rock. I'm a millennial. Like Gen X, Gen X grew up hating classic rock because that's what their parents listened to. They were the hippies. Gen X was like, oh, super. They invented the angsty teen.
There needs to be a new
Fuck Gen
rock and
X.
roll all about establishment.
Gen X. What?
There needs to be a new rock and roll all about establishment.
There is.
There is. Is it called?
There is. It's called Imagine Dragons and fucking and fucking Nickelback. And I mean Creed, I don't know. I still like some Creed songs. Creed's got some bangers, dude. Like, let's be honest. But like in the genre, in that like alternative genre, that like mid 90s like post grunge alternative, there are some really good bands like Bush and Live. Those bands are fucking amazing. Bush has some really good songs, and
Bush is great.
One of the bands like I always forget is Live. And then getting a little angstier was Local H. Do you remember Local H?
No.
Do you remember we had that song? Dad called it the Godzilla song.
Local H.
Yeah, it's a song called Nothing Special by Local H, and Dad Local H, and he called it the Godzilla song for some reason. But he had that album. I think he burned it off of somebody's CD on a cassette tape.
Why is this the Godzilla song?
Because there's a breakdown in it where they're like, ah, what's wrong with me? Ah! I can play it on my Spotify if you want. And I'm not canceling my Spotify, motherfucker.
Oh, that does sound like Godzilla. Yeah, it sounded exactly like Godzilla.
Ah! What's wrong with me? And then yeah, the album cover too is sad. It's a sad album cover, but it's
Why is
true.
it a sad album cover?
He's got the quarters over. He's a little kid with quarters over his eyes. That's what they do to dead people in like the ancient days. They put coins over their eyes.
Oh,
It's like a thing. I don't feel like getting into it, but that's like a thing.
see, I prefer modern times where we sew the eyes shut.
Yeah, seriously. You imagine like waking up, but you're not dead.
I don't make sure they don't embalm me. I don't need an open casket. I don't need none of that. Just put me in a sheet.
See, this is why I hope I die before everybody, because I don't want to fucking deal with that shit. Plus, I have life insurance. I'm pretty sure I got you on my life insurance, so at least it's like 25,000.
Oh, it's like 25,000, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you come back to Texas?
Yeah, why don't you?
Why
don't you drive a little bit more reckless when I'm in your car?
So this blade.
Yeah, let's talk about that blade. This is still part of the Austin recap. Because that's what I wrote down. I wanted to recap Austin, and that was one of the funniest fucking shows. It was so chaotic, and just being behind the scenes of that was so much fun.
Yeah, you got to come backstage and watch the games
and just watch it. I didn't have to be a part of it. I just watched it all behind stage. And that dude, Dean, that was a great show.
Yeah, shout out Dean Stanfield.
Yeah, tell us about the sausage party.
Dean killed a deer in I don't even know if it was his neighborhood or if he actually legally went and hunted it, or this deer killed his mother, so he was getting revenge. But
I didn't know that.
It was like a team effort too. There were like 8 different people that worked on this deer. So Dean hunted the deer with, I think, Spencer Cavens, And then Tywin and Hassan Ahmad ended up skinning the deer, like taking the like making sure it was completely clean, took the organs out. And then a week later, I went over and helped Dean take the meat off the bone into stew portions and like the gristle fat and then the dog food. So those they have a dog that they got a young girl. She's their duck hunting dog. So they feed her really well.
Yeah.
And they also have like a pit bull mix that just like you can tell these dogs are eating well. Their coats are so beautiful. And Dean set up the show at a comedy club, the Creek in the Cave, here in Austin, Texas, where we were gonna season, flavor the meat, grind the deer meat up, and then grind it up again into casings and make sausages.
Mhm.
Now, there were 5 comics on it. Andrew Murphy, Darian Irwin, Ben Smith, myself, and am I missing someone? I think Dean just had a regular old flavored sausage he was putting together for the crowd. And Andrew ended up doing like mushrooms, peppers and onions and made a Philly cheesesteak sausage, which I
That was a
thought
good sausage.
his was my favorite. I think he honestly lost to me because he made the judges dip his sausage in Cheese Whiz.
Mhm.
I think the Cheese Whiz just turned the judges off because it's not classy. It's Cheese Whiz. It took away a lot of his actual natural flavor.
Flair. He took away the flair. I remember they were judging you guys on flair.
And I think that I was nervous that he was going to have flair because of the Cheese Whiz, but he actually
That
ended
was
up losing it because of the Cheese Whiz.
There was a funny
Uh,
moment in the green
and
room about that with Dean and the one comic. I can't remember her name.
Casey Shonima.
Yeah. There's a really funny moment where he's like, yeah, I don't know, just judge it on flair, and she's like,
Oh no,
what?
the girl back there was Ali Wojciechowski or whatever. I can't remember her last name.
She's really funny. It was a really funny moment between those two.
The
I
judges
was just sitting there
were
watching the game, and that's happening.
the judges
Anyways, go
were
ahead.
Aaron Cheatham, Mike Eaton, Ali Woe, and Rebecca Trent from The Creek in the Cave. And yeah, they gave it to me. One guy brought chicken nuggets in to put into his sausage, and his sausage was ranked the worst. I don't know. I honestly don't know what he was thinking.
Sweet. It
Yeah,
was very sweet.
so he took a bowl of nuggets with venison. It was honestly one of the most repulsive things I've seen.
It's pretty
Seeing
bad.
raw meat touching chicken nuggets. I don't think I'm ever going to eat a chicken nugget again.
It's pink ooze.
He added real meat to something that was fake, and he doused it in their barbecue sauce from those little tiny square packets, and then put it through the grinder. And yeah, I tried it. I spit it out because I was like, "This just ain't. This was a waste of good old deer meat."
Yeah.
And then
Oh, you spit it out?
yeah, out of just being a snobby bitch.
Yeah.
Out of purpose. Like I'm not putting this in my digestive tract
You
because
were already having digestive issues too.
yeah, I'm still not 100%, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Something's going on in my colon. Something. Uh yeah, and the
Yeah.
judges voted
Colon.
mine the best, and
Yeah, you won.
I
You're the
won.
winner.
I won
And
the
you won that knife, dude. The knife was probably worth more than all the ticket sales.
still has a little bit of deer guts on it.
I think Dean, no offense to the other comics, because they were funny. Andrew was a really funny comedian. But in fact, I've got him. I wrote him down too. So I'll tell you about my list later. But anyways, I think Dean really wanted you to have that knife. It felt like that. That was the vibe I was getting off of him. I think he was happy. And you put your fucking heart into that. Like people saw that. Like you were like, oh, this is my Nona. This is no you shout out Nona and Oma. You're like, this is Nona's and Oma's recipe. They took a little bit blend of the mixture of things that The anchovies, that was such a really good idea. Tell them about your
Yeah,
recipe.
if
Tell everybody about the recipe because
I,
it was seriously like
I
it
got a couple
sounded.
followers from it, so I should actually post the recipe on my page once the video comes out.
Yeah,
And,
tell people.
get a big shout out to Dean. But yeah,
Yeah, what you put in your sausage.
my recipe. Well, we started with marinating it in anchovy oil. Like a
Yeah,
can. I dumped it in the oils and I threw some anchovies in there and a big
and
sprig of rosemary.
and
That's
what did
that
what
sat for a week.
I don't mean to interrupt you again, but Buffalo, I remember Buffalo Bob or whatever the hell his name was in the crowd. He
Buffalo
was
Brian.
like, "Oh, are you sure you want to win?"
Yeah.
Like Texas guys, they don't understand the anchovies. That's a Mediterranean palate.
Yeah, and
And
a lot of people don't. Yeah, the anchovies are good fat. It's salt, and it's like when
natural
you
salt.
grind it up, you don't. It's not. You're not tasting big chunks of fish. And now, mind you, I love an anchovy plain. I could eat
Same.
I can eat a can of anchovies whenever. I love anchovies, so I put anchovies
You're
in,
like Zoidberg.
chopped them all up, put them in, put in anchovy paste too. Also got that to make sure it was spread even. I put in fennel. I brought someone up from the audience to help me with the mortar and pestle, and he ground up the fennel for me. Threw the fennel in, threw a little bit of those soft pepper flakes, not like the real pepper flakes. They're like the nice soft ones. Um, Aleo chili peppers, I think they're called. They're
Yeah.
nice and soft. They're not like those heavy like Italian chili peppers. They're what you sent.
Just when you're done explaining it, play it.
Okay. How do I make this?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I just wanted to. That's you with anchovies.
Yeah. Let's see. How do I get
I'm
back?
sorry.
No, it's good. It just was like right up there.
Right up in your
I
face.
don't
Sorry.
know what's going on now. Are we
I
still
said you.
zooming?
Yeah, we're still zooming.
Okay. The whole thing disappeared when I clicked it.
Yeah, Zoom works really weird. So I think we should switch to Google. That's just my opinion, but we'll talk about that another time. Continue talking about your sausage.
Yeah,
This,
so
this shit's amazing.
anchovies, ground fennel. I used a high fat oregano from Greece. So the oregano I had just has a higher fat content to it, a lot of oil in it.
Mhm.
Used that, a little bit of curry, and a little bit of saffron paprika to balance out the end.
Yeah.
And then Maggi seasoning, the Maggi worst seasoning.
Go grab it.
Yeah, I should just grab it. I was about to bring
Yeah,
it
go
up.
grab it. Go grab it. Go get it. Because this is the shit that my grandma put in our Oma would put in everything, and I'm telling you, this is the stuff that helped him win. This is like a secret. We should keep it a secret, but we're not. We want people to know. Yeah, worse. You thought it would taste worst with that, but no.
No, I didn't. I knew it was gonna. I knew I was gonna win because of this.
How do you pronounce that? Worse. It's got umlaut. It's got an umlaut on the U. Worse. Worse.
Vez.
Vez. Yeah, be Vez because W is like a V in German. So Vez.
Das Gus.
We gotta get Stefan on the podcast.
Can you read that?
Yeah, das Größe Flaschen. I can't read it because you keep shaking it.
Das größte Flaschen etwas.
Let me see. Bring it back. Das größte Flaschen etwas.
And then you gotta go. That's the good
Oh my god, that reminds me of the latest South Park episode.
Oh, did you watch? There we go. We can transition into that real quick. Did you watch the new South Park episode?
Yes, I did. Oh my god.
So they still got it.
No.
They still have it. They never lost it. South Park is the best comedy show. It's better than late night.
It's better than anything. It's the best thing on TV. It's the only thing on TV.
They push limits and get away with it.
No, that last night's episode was an episode everybody needs. Because at first you're like, what the hell are they talking about? Like they're talking about literally talking about everything. They can lump all one thing into making it about like something completely else. Mm-hmm. it's such they've never lost it. This is what like they have what they've kept what the golden age of the Simpsons had as
Mhm.
like an adult cartoon, and all these adult cartoons, even like the all Matt Groening's, all Matt Judge's cartoons, you know, they still have it. So just take something completely satire it up and just oh my god, the whole Nazi Germany thing
Dude,
is hilarious.
the news reporter.
Yeah, the news report.
The final
And, oh my god, PC Principal. I'm starting to really like that character. I've never not liked the character. It was just like what's this PC stuff? But if you go back and watch the original season, I can't remember which season he shows up, but that shit is funny and it's so true. And they tried to warn us. They tried to warn us what was coming with that season. And I think we're losing signal here. This is the shitty thing about doing a Zoom call. I did want to say something. I didn't bring up in our last podcast with Phil, but when Alex, or what's his name? Yeah, who's the Russian guy? No, I can't think of his name.
Lex.
Lex Friedman. Thank you. I watch his shit all the time, and then it's so funny how a name can just escape you like that. But Lex Friedman was talking to Mark Norman about this, and he was saying like Zoom podcasts are the worst podcasts. So according to Lex Friedman, we have a horrible podcast,
Okay.
and so but whatever.
What other
We're
platform are we
doing
supposed
it.
to use by
This
doing
is supposed.
it states apart?
Yeah, we live 1,000 miles apart, Flex. So we gotta make do with what we got.
Yeah.
God. Anyways, going back to what I was saying, that South Park was fucking hilarious. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
And they
Guys are
haven't
better.
lost it.
They damn, I'm so glad they're back to doing weekly episodes too. As much as I love those hour specials and everything, it's nice that they're back. And those dudes, I'm truly curious what their contract negotiations are like, because they're on like 4 different platforms. And I don't think they're 100% devoted to anyone. I feel like they have an open clause for every contract, because they're on HBO, Paramount Plus, ComedyCentral.com. Like, they're all over the place. Those dudes
The new
know
episodes
how
are on
to, and
HBO.
they know how to properly dance with the system. They don't completely whore out. They don't change themselves. They don't bend to the pressure, but they still
Well,
use it to get their product out there.
well, it's kids, so it's a show about kids. So yeah.
Yeah, but everybody knows
I
what
don't know.
South Park is. No, they don't. They know it's more than just kids.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good show. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Hey, what was that video you sent me?
yeah. I sent you a video. This is you. This is you and anchovies.
Oh, what's happening here? Is this it? Oh yeah.
Ow!
This is that episode. He loses all his money.
Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking of too.
Yep, right there.
Yeah. Okay, my friends, get ready for the most delicious extinct animal you've ever tasted.
I don't know. I've had cow.
No one likes them at first, but they'll grow on you. That stench.
This is you.
Heavenly stench. More. There aren't any more, and there never will be. More. More. More.
If anchovies went extinct, you'd be Zoidberg there. This is hurting my head.
Futurama. I don't know. Out of all the cartoons, that's one I really don't go back and watch too often.
The first couple seasons were really funny. Zach Brannigan's character was made for Phil Hartman. How sad is that? That's the one thing that gets me.
Really?
Hmm.
Man, that's a shame. That's why.
One cookie.
That's
Oh,
why.
too bad.
Speaking of cookies, Rocky gave us a bunch of.
Mm.
Have you tried the new ones?
Mm-hmm.
These ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
brown
dude.
inspired with caramel flavored creme and a hint of sea salt. Yeah, these are we wiped them out last night. They're so good.
These are trefoils I'm eating. These
Oh.
are like vanilla wafers. It might have been a bad idea because now I'm choking.
You don't talk while you're eating. That's another thing our grandparents taught us and you never listened to.
What are you talking about?
You don't talk.
Oh yeah, her friend that died. It was a horrible story. Her friend was laughing while she was eating. It's always probably a bad idea to serve food at a comedy show. You know?
I was thinking of I'm gonna talk to Spider House and see if I can't bring food to sell for my next show to make a little extra money. Get a nice little small Cambro and just fill it with fried chicken sandwiches.
Spaghetti. Just fill it with cold spaghetti.
Scoop of spaghetti, $3.50.
No, just put them in like Charlie does. Just put them in little plastic bags. Like, hey, you got your bag spaghetti.
You know, that's something you could probably get away with in Michigan. I remember once I went to a Relay for Life and I got have you heard of a walking taco?
Yeah, it's
It's the most white trash invention ever.
It's a bag of Doritos.
They give you a bag of Doritos or Fritos and they just scoop meat into the fucking bag, throw some cheese in there and like squeeze sour cream in it. And then they
And a little lettuce.
little fork.
Yeah, plastic fork.
Yeah. Here you go.
Disgusting. I hate them.
It's horrendous.
I'll never. Yeah. Anyways.
That's the shit Michigan invents when it comes to food. It's like, what if we just scoop a bunch of shit we'd put on a plate into a bag? And that way you can eat it while walking.
So
brother,
I wanted. We're going to talk about. Well, I wanted to just recap something else on Austin. I wanted to say those guys that I saw, pretty much every comedian I saw was really funny. I remember seeing Andrew Tarr back in Georgetown, and he's come a long way. He's gotten a lot better, so that's good. But Tony, your friend Tony Casillas, he is really funny. His crowd work was with the Kappa Alpha people was hilarious. That's when you looked at me and you were like, "What is happening?" when you have to say when you have to say what is happening, that means you're having a good time. So
I was nervous. That show started a little cold, but
yeah, Adam Lucky was hilarious. He is
such a good set.
He was telling me, he's like, oh man, he's like, this crowd is a little cold, man. He gets up there and fucking crushes. And I was like, this is a good comic. This guy is hilarious. And he's a nice guy. He was so nice. He was so kind to me.
He was very generous. He got me up on the Filthy show Saturday.
The Austin comedy scene, a bunch of nice people, a lot of nice guys out there. So a lot of up and comers, like people that open for big names. They're all nice people. You know, the egos are there. Everybody has an ego, but I don't know. It's just I'm just an outsider. I'm just a guy. I'm your brother. You perform a lot, but everybody was super kind, super nice to me. I met Connor Stevens. He's a singer. He's been on Williams Montgomery's podcast. He did spill beer on my shoe, which I'm not too happy about. But prior to that, he was a nice guy. He talked to me. We're talking music.
Did he apologize?
He did apologize. I will give him that.
That's
like, oh shit, dude, I'm so sorry. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I was like,
just be happy you got that, because there are some people out here that are filthy reckless. They'll spill shit and they won't apologize. They'll just keep moving on. They got like
Yeah.
this weird like all-star mentality where it's like, oh, my shit don't stink. So the fact that he apologized for spilling beer on your shoes, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty fun. He was pretty drunk, so it was pretty funny. It was actually pretty funny. It was a pretty comical moment.
And he had a big week.
That's why I wasn't too upset about it. But his music's awesome. I've been listening to some of his songs. So
I was trying to book that Valentine's variety show, and I think I'm gonna cancel it just because it's outdoors. The venue only has 10 tables.
Yeah, you
Like, I
guys
don't
got
think
some
I'll-
bad weather.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make the money back on it or enough to pay the performers. And I wanted Connor to perform on it.
If you want the people
But,
that you can, if you want people to get laid, wow, Spotify, it just went through 6 different Connors. Okay, fuck you.
Oh wow!
Anyways,
This is melting off the roof right now. I haven't seen an icicle dripping in so long. Oh,
here, I'm gonna send you these photos here.
You know, Hassan has never seen ice on trees before.
He's never saw that.
No. So that
Do you remember the ice storm of 2003 when we lost power for a week?
Yeah, I do.
The ice storm of
It wasn't just us.
2003.
Everybody lost power. New York lost power. Part of
Well-
Canada, Ohio.
Well, hang on a sec. There was a blackout that same year that affected there was the Northeast blackout. Detroit was affected by it, Chicago, but the ice storm was that cross states? I just remember Detroit getting fucked. Like, I just remember driving in the bus staring at all the low hanging trees and our bus just fucking taking out branches and
Mhm.
shit.
I remember that.
So that was fun. That was a good time.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, excuse me, brother. I had a burp there. What we do? We're looking outside of the Texas sky
Texas
here in
icicle.
Austin, and
The
we got
Texas
Texas
icicle.
icicles. They ain't shit, dude. We got fucking snow overhanging. I'm about to show you.
See, we got
I'm
snow.
not
on the
moving my
front.
laptop.
No, I know, and this is most of it's melted, but dude, what a complete overreaction! What a complete overreaction to like this shit wouldn't even have phased Michigan.
Well, you guys ain't got the infrastructure. You
Ooh,
guys don't have
that's
plows
true.
or salt. But look at this. Can you see that? Is it too hot? It's starting to come into focus.
Oh yeah,
The snow is overhanging. I can't really see it.
check
Damn
it.
it.
We do have ice. See that? That's all ice.
Oh, that looks like fun. You skate down that.
Oh,
Whee!
Yeah.
David, do not go outside. You are going to
Yeah,
break your leg.
You see all the icicles hanging off the
So did you guys have an ice storm?
yeah, like 2 nights ago.
Yeah, the that ain't nothing, dude. That ice storm back in 03, that was like apocalyptic.
Well, the crazy thing about that is you couldn't even see trees. Everything looked like it had just been like day after
looked like-
tomorrow.
It looked like somebody fucking shot a nuclear bomb of ice onto that's what it was. It's insane. It's like a nuclear ice storm, as we called it. I don't know. It was shitty times. We had to I remember listening to the radio with you though. We were able to pipe in some music on a little radio that we had, and that parody of there's a parody of Hootie Blowfish. I only want to be with you playing. And it's the parody goes, I only have a 3-inch tool, singing about how he's got a small penis.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Somebody's snow blowing out there.
I only have a 3-inch too.
Yeah, you know the song. Yeah.
No, but I can
Get
pick
out of it.
up.
And then at the end he goes, I get out of a cold pool. I only got a 1-inch tool. Anyways, so there's another comic that we got to hang out with after the show on your bill, Sam Pickett. As soon as I met him, I'm like, this guy,
Sam Prickett.
Sam Prickett. Did I say Pickett? Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
Prickett.
I want to get him on the show. He reminds me of a young Norm Macdonald, and there were a lot of cocaine jokes. Tony had a really funny cocaine joke, but his spoke to me because I've been there and it sucks. It sucks. It hit me to the core, but it was so funny because it's true. I won't say the joke. We don't share jokes on podcasts. That's etiquette. You don't do that. I know that.
He's a very funny comic, though. You should absolutely check him out.
And then Aaron
Michigan
Cheatham. Aaron Cheatham during his roast. Well, first of all, I saw him on roast battle. He fucking killed it. And then
Who did he roast?
I don't remember.
Did he win?
I think he won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won. The roast battles were fucking hilarious, though.
I
But
was
anyways,
outside for most of those. I had one of the grossest experiences of my life as a comedian while Adam was inside watching roast battles because it was sold out. Again, shout out to Adam Lucky for bringing sold out shows to the Creek and the Cave out here in Austin consistently. I was outside and word had gotten around that my show was a success, and I had people bothering me, literally coming up to me and asking for spots, asking if they could send me tapes. And then one drunk girl said she wanted me to take her home and bang her. I'm not going to use any swear words right now. Take her home and her. And I said no. And I was like, no. It's like you were belligerently drunk. I'm not going to do that. And then right when I rejected her sexual advances, she goes, "Can I send you a tape?" And I'm like, "Oh, you were trying to fuck me to get on out there." I swore to get on.
You said it.
To get on my show.
Done. Podcast is over, David. Gotta go.
And that was
well, as you get more successful, I don't mean to interrupt you, but as you get more successful, that kind of thing is going to happen. And you're smart. You're a smart individual. I think you'll do the right thing.
Well, what also kind of sucks.
No, I'm just kidding.
What kind of so misogynist. I didn't even hear what you said.
I said you'll do the right thing. Bang those bitches. But then it was a joke. It was a bad joke. You don't do that. Women deserve to be respected.
Okay, all right. You're dragging on in a completely weird fucking direction. Anyway, it kind of sucks because I actually kind of like this chick, and then it just now I just see her as that. And
that sucks.
I tried to talk to her about it the day after. She was playing like I don't remember that. And I was like, and then you asked to send me a tape. And she was like, "Oh, I remember that." I'm like, "Yeah, of course you remember that. You still want to get booked. You ain't gonna remember the other stuff that makes you look."
Can you say your name?
No, I'm not gonna say her name.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's shit. But that, like I said, that's going to happen more and more often. And you're a smart guy. And like I said, you'll do the right thing. And not what I said before, the right thing.
I had some comics asked to send me a tape that I will never book in my life.
What about the comics that you will book? What about the comics you will book?
Only two of the people that I do have planned to book in the future hit me up. Other than that, the people that I'm gonna book, they're busy. They're hardworking individuals. They don't bother. They know they're gonna get spots. I had a lot of young comics message me for spots where I'm just like, you're in my opinion, they're not ready for 10 minutes. So,
well,
one of them I didn't respond to, and then he you saw him get all dicky to me at the club, called me Hollywood. So, but David's getting all Hollywood on us. It's like, no, I just can't stand you. It's only you. And this guy, it sucks because I was buddies.
You are kind of sounding a little
out here. I was buddies with him. Yeah, but also I can see someone's actions 10 steps ahead because of LA. I can see what comedians' motives are, and a lot of them are very selfish and they're not working to get better. And he constantly gets in fights with the crowd, alienates the crowd, makes them not feel like they're having a fun time. And that's not my brand. That's not my show.
What do you think they get off on something like that? Does that make them feel good?
I don't know.
Isn't the whole point of comedy
for me to waste my time to learn?
Well, isn't the whole point to like entertain the crowd? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I'm not trying to like analyze it.
not
I'm just saying,
entertaining. He's literally getting in fights with people in the crowd
that's
because
fucked up.
they heckle him, and then instead of handling it properly, he gets aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. I just see it as a musician. I've been heckled before. There's this one girl like that really didn't like the fact that I was playing a Bright Eyes song, and I just sang it louder. So, that. But with comedy, it's like you said it yourself. Like all the best comics are doing crowd work now, and I've noticed your crowd work is actually you're getting better at it. It's actually really good. So I think that's a good direction to go. And all
I've
the
always
all
had
the
a quick wit. I just now have to figure out how to channel that when I'm in front of a crowd.
yeah,
It's very,
channel it,
it's very difficult.
David, like
I was
this.
proud of myself. Before the sausage show, they had me do the cold open, and I just essentially did crowd work to warm the crowd up. I essentially just did the position of like, all right, I'm the first thing they see. They're not going to want material. They want to be brought into this event, and I felt like I handled it extremely professionally. I was a
Yeah, you
new
did a great job. Good job.
a new chance to prove something to myself, and I followed through.
And you won. The
And I
sausage
won.
knife.
I wish those two girls that were in the front row ended up sticking around to the end.
Oh yeah.
They were
Bet you did.
both just drop dead gorgeous. I should have just talked to them as the show was going on. There was no professional etiquette to that show.
But you were professional.
Yeah.
So that show that we went out and Bastrop to, that was a lot of fun. Do you want to talk about that one?
I did 20 minutes for the first time. My weed dealer ended up bringing 9 people out to it. So I ended up getting paid more because I brought people out to the show. Looked good in
It's
front of.
important.
So hopefully he brings me back out to perform again there, because that was a really cool room. It looked like it was going to be awful when we showed up, because you can see the room from the parking lot. It's built into a movie theater,
Bowling alley. It's like
bowling
one of those
alley,
big ass entertainment
arcade,
centers.
and it's a small town, so the whole town was pretty much in this one building. And for the
Yeah.
comedy show, we had an awesome crowd. I had one of my favorite moments I've ever had on stage, where a joke that doesn't work here in Austin crushed out there. And then the example I use of the person for the joke was one of the people's neighbors. Like
Yeah.
it's just a joke about how the people who buy cop cars at auctions, and essentially I give a description, and the guys in the back
Yeah,
row,
that's a funny bit.
his
Dude.
neighbor fit the description perfectly
Yeah.
to my joke. And
You're like,
that
what?
was like, what? No way. I'm like, you're actually here?
Well, here in Detroit, like there's a certain other type of person that buys the same thing. It's either like nerds, like big guys that still live with their moms, like nerds that buy them, or black dudes. That's those are the type of people that buy those uncommissioned cop cars.
Yeah, the people who
But
buy the decommissioned cop cars out here in Texas are all bald, have sleeve tattoos.
honestly, I wouldn't mind having a decommissioned cop car, like a Crown Vic.
Let's keep
My
that
ex's,
on the side.
yeah, the light, yeah. My ex's dad had a Crown Victoria that he let me drive a few times, and that thing was sick. It had a V8 engine in it. I forget. I gotta look it up which engine is in that thing, because like Ford built these V8 engines and they last. Like they are really good engines.
What kind of car is it?
The Crown Victoria V8. Oh shit. Yeah, Ford Crown Victoria. Those old ones are really good. If you find one with low miles, it's a solid car. They're Lincoln Continentals. That's basically what they are. Yeah. But
This guy put like a Mustang kit on the bottom of his. You see that front lip?
yeah,
It's
that
definitely
one's sick.
that's a Mustang.
That looks sick. I like that.
Oh, I didn't even see the hood on the suit. Yeah, he essentially just parted this with Mustang parts,
Mhm.
Crown Vic. Ooh, I
Yeah.
see. I like this. I like that matte black.
Do you remember Don's old Mustang, the 80s style Mustang?
That's sick. No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. Oh man. Never mind. But yeah, no, that's the one that white one right there. That was the color he had. And he let me drive it a few times. It was really nice.
They're heavy cars.
They were so heavy. That it ended up so her mom ended up like front she ran into somebody with it. Not ran into somebody, that sounds bad. She didn't hit somebody. She got into a little accident, like a fender bender with it, but then they couldn't open up the hood anymore. So he ended up selling it to his nephew, and he drove it in a demolition derby, and I think he won. I'm pretty sure he won the demolition derby with it.
Bro, do you remember that demolition derby we went to?
Yeah, that was so much fun. I wish we did those more often. We just did it once.
That was one of the coolest days ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
They had
There
hot
was
air balloons.
the hot air balloon festival. Where was that? It
You
was
got
out
to
there,
milk a cow.
like Armada or some shit.
I think Armada was the word that was in my head too. So
Armada.
the Armada Fair.
Dude,
And
yeah,
yeah,
that
they
was
would,
fun. I wish we did those more often, man. I was like a new man after seeing the demolition derby. I went to school. I was like, I just saw fucking demolition derby. I'm cool. What are we looking at? Oh, cat hour. Cats.
they're like wrestling a little bit right now.
I just want to say one thing real quick. About the Neil Young thing. Can I say something real quick about that?
Yeah,
David?
I'm just gonna let the cats fight be on camera. This is
Yeah,
entertainment, Adam. We're trying to give people entertainment.
yeah. Well, and while you watch the cats fight, I want to talk real quick my opinion here about something. Blah blah blah. No, dude, have we actually heard from Neil Young? Have we
I don't
actually
know.
heard from
I
him?
haven't been paying attention to any of it.
Okay, but like,
All I
I
know
don't
is that
believe we've actually heard. I
Rogan
don't.
walked off to stage to Rocking in the Free World.
Yeah, he's a G. And then his thoughts about the whole thing, like the best thing he could have said was the whole thing is strange, and it is.
One,
But we actually haven't heard
one.
from the actual artist. It all these people's art. He's the winner. Yeah. Um, all these actual artists though haven't come out and said anything. They haven't said anything. Like like Joe Rogan actually came out and talked
Would
about
you
the
see
whole
Neil Young
situation.
came out and said
But
you can
Neil
find
Young
my
hasn't made a
music?
video saying like, I want to pull my stuff
Well,
off.
he
It was all
did.
done
He
through
did come
letters.
out and say that his music is now exclusively on Amazon's new music. So
Yeah,
it was all a marketing strategy.
yeah,
It was all to get his music
but did
aware.
he
And
actually? Did you hear his voice? Did we actually hear him say that?
well, it was
It's
his
all been
marketing.
through. It's all been through social media posts and stuff.
Yeah, but you know it's his marketing team.
Yeah, it's not. It's the people that own his music. It's the people that own his music. You guys can do your own research on that. I don't need to connect the dots for you. Tim Pool already did it. Um, Something about a Pfizer CEO, but it's all the same stuff. It's all these. Some of the musicians I haven't heard, and um, all I can think about is David Crosby pulling his. David Crosby had beef with Ted Nugent, and Ted Nugent's a regular um, guest on Joe Rogan's show, so that's the only reason why I can see David Crosby pulling his music off. So, because Ted Nugent called him like a piece of shit or something like that, and in regards to Ted Nugent just talking shit about how he's always been snubbed from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, David Crosby's like, well, you ain't good enough, and which Ted Nugent really isn't good enough. To be honest, I really don't care for his music, but still, there's beef there. Those are the only dots I'm connecting on that situation. But I'm just saying we haven't actually heard from them, and we have cats.
Is Crosby, Stills, Nash? Are they all from Canada?
I know Neil Young is. I don't think those guys are. No, I think that those guys are from here. like not Michigan, but America. I
It's being weird.
yeah. So who's being weird?
Michael. He's just up on the window pawing at the
Yeah,
ice.
he's probably never seen ice before.
Well, this is their first year of life. They probably haven't seen a lot of things.
Oh, so there was a couple more names I wanted to talk about that pulled their stuff. India Ari, never heard of you. Graham Nash, okay. So there's this one band, this cult alt rock band called Failure. The band called Failure. Have you ever heard of Failure? They sound like, yeah, I've never heard of them. What a horrible name for a band. Like we're just a failure. Urgh. So
The band's all trying to get publicity right now.
mhm.
They're all trying to ride the denouncing Rogan train.
I'm gonna send you a link, and I want you to tell me what you think of this. But yeah, that's they even try to cancel this guy. They're not gonna cancel this guy.
Communists drag away
Yeah,
the
new
Dutch
subject.
reporter while he's broadcasting live on air from outside the Beijing Winter Olympics. So, how do you say that name?
Which
Dutch
one?
reporter
Suar
Den
Den
Das
Das.
was dragged away by Chinese security while speaking live on air Friday. The journalist for broadcaster NOS Journal was covering Beijing Winter Olympics and the opening ceremony. A man with a red armband entered the frame and grabbed him, pulling the Dutchman away from the camera. The Dutch reporter covering the Beijing Winter Olympics was captured, being dragged away by Chinese security live on air before the. Okay, this is just repeating itself over and over again.
Yeah,
I
it's Daily
know.
Mail and such. Sure, scroll down to the Twitter thing right there. Try to read that. Ons correspondent Sureswed as live in hit Nostrum. Dude, Dutch is such a crazy language. It's like it's such a mix of like French, German, and English.
So what? Why did they pull him away? What's
So the reason why they pulled him away is they think that no, they know that he was in an unpicturesque place. Because like these communist countries, they try to cover up like the shitty, like there's a lot of shitty parts, but they want like journalists in a specific area. So here, scroll up and watch the video. Look at his face. He's just like,
He's like, I'm gonna go viral.
We gaan naar China, naar onze correspondent Sjoerd Den Daas. Sjoerd, je staat vlakbij het stadion. Wat gaat China de
beautiful
komende
language.
uren laten zien?
Ja，
咱们呀往前走，哥们儿。
哎，稍等一会儿，我先在新闻联播。
一脑袋汗。
Ja, we worden hier inmiddels al weggetrokken. We zijn net ook al bij een ander gebied weggezet. Dus ik vrees dat wij later even bij je moeten terugkomen.
dat-
Wat kan halen, ja.
Dat denk ik
Nee,
ook, Sjoerd.
好吧，哥们儿。
We gaan door met het
Ik
volgende
denk dat wij zo nog
onderwerp.
even
Ja,
terugkomen.
ja.
Life is a South Park
Dan
episode.
gaan we inderdaad door met het volgende onderwerp. Dan gaan we terug naar onze correspondent Sjoerd Den Daas. Die stond vlakbij het stadion. U zag het zojuist. Ja, kijk. En nu sta je gewoon zonder iemand daarbij in alle rust. Sjoerd, strenge maatregelen natuurlijk in verband met de...
I don't know what they're saying. You could cut it off.
Wat vind je daarvan?
That's not English.
That's definitely not English.
She's not from
It's-
Newark.
You sure she's not from Newark? That sounded like a New Jersey accent.
So did you watch the? Have you watched any of the Olympics?
No, I have not. Is it even started? Has it started yet?
Yeah. So last night we watched Chen do his Nathan Chen, the American ice skater.
Our hundreds of
Why
team Toyota
I have YouTube Premium. I don't know why.
Does it
It's,
look like you're not signed in?
why did it sign me out?
Because you're canceled. They found it. I'm glad you made me watch that because now I am fully secure in myself. This guy has restored my manly soul, and I want to go like chop wood and freaking shovel driveways. I want to do manly shit. I want to cut down a tree. That's what I want to do right now.
That's the power of Nathan. Chen.
Max.
Nathan
Damn.
Chen's gonna make America great again. We're gonna be men We're gonna be men's men. We're gonna figure skate our way to the store, and ain't no one gonna judge us. I guess someone was saying he got in trouble for actually making homophobic comments.
Oh well. What do you mean homophobic comics?
I didn't even look into it.
Okay, well,
See, figure skater Nathan Chen apologizes.
when you can skate like that, you can say whatever the hell you want about anything you want. So that's
Oh, he
that's kind of where I'm at.
He expressed frustration with stereotypes of being a straight skater in a homosexual dominated sport.
Well then, oh, so he's
So
he's a
he-
good looking straight dude.
He said
It's
something.
whatever
He
it's
said
whatever one
something
figures.
that was true, and they didn't like it.
If you remember that movie with Napoleon Dynamite and Will Ferrell,
Yeah, we saw that on my birthday
oh yeah, Blades of Glory.
with Jen Conover and her brother Evan, I think.
Was I with you?
Yeah, it was the four of us went. That was in like 20, whenever that movie came out. 2005, 2006.
It was very homoerotic, but it was a funny movie. It's like they took it's like, okay, what was the biggest movies of 2004? Oh well, we have Anchorman and we got Napoleon Dynamite. Let's put these two together and make it very gay about skating. Hee hee hee. But it was a good movie. Brian Botano was in it, so that's all I needed.
Oh yeah.
Because what would Brian Botano do? Star in a movie with Will Ferrell and John Heder. Boom. Anyways, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. You told me not to smoke anything before this, and I've been doing it kind of off camera, a little bit on camera, off camera.
We're about ready to wrap it up. I think that was a good full circle with the Brian Patano.
Where's
His name?
Brian Botano? What would he do? You know, it's a song from the movie, South Park movie.
And the new South Park episode had
They're talking about Matt Damon a lot.
had a song in it.
Oh
had,
yeah.
it had music in it. And then good on them for doubling down on the Matt Damon joke. Because they've been making fun of Matt Damon for 2 decades. And then
Craig goes, "You stop talking about Matt Damon."
And by saying that, they ended up making the joke even funnier.
Yeah. Matt, I just remember Team America with Matt Damon, and then he gets like mad. He's like, Matt Damon. They actually talked about that and Matt Damon thought it was funny too, but they talked about it. They're like, we actually think Matt Damon's one of the yeah, they're like, Matt Damon's actually one of the better actors. He's like, but his puppet came out so retarded looking that they just made him say his own name. That was the issue.
Which was it?
So in Team America World Police, his puppet came out so retarded looking that they were just gonna make him say his own name. But they actually said he's actually one of the better actors. The good old days. Oh my God. Do you remember I sent you those. Do you remember the old videos they used to do on the tapes before each episode? Did I send you the Wild West one with their Native American friend?
Yes.
He's like, someone coming. Good. We want people to come. We like people. We hope they come. It's so funny.
What
And they made themselves like dad thought they were gay because of that one video, and they're like, oh, we spent many nights locked in a dark, cold room together making the first episode.
Yeah, for the longest time, I thought they were gay because Dad said they were.
They do kiss and
in Canada. And so I think I went as your date. right? So it was like, well, you can go with my Trey's a +1, and he didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And he's like, you can go with my date. I'm like, oh, that's funny. So then it was like, wouldn't it be funny if I shaved my legs and dressed up in a fancy dress and tried to pass myself off as some weird looking tall European, Eastern European model or something? We talked about like big duck outfits, and we're like, well, if we go in with big duck costumes, they're not gonna. Then they have a reason to not let us in. But if we're wearing what other people are wearing, then they really can't say you can't come in. A friend of ours had sugar cubes with LSD. It's so crazy now to think, like, just so nuts. The whole idea you would go, I mean, even to just go, okay, you're going to go to the Oscars, take acid and go to the Oscars. I'd be like, no, dude, I'm not doing that because I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. That'd even be too scary. They have all these streets blocked off because you have to go to the biggest limo line in the world to get dropped off. And it was like, we finally got to the front and we were both, I think, going, oh shit. If you've taken acid, you know that one of the trippiest parts of when you're on any psychedelics is transitioning when you go inside to outside or outside to inside, you know, like that, oh, we're in a different space. And I'll never forget the moment getting out of the limo. And there's like 60,000 people and every camera in the Western Hemisphere there. And it was like,
Kind of alien? I don't know. Shout it. Tell us.
Okay, talk about a fashion statement. Now, two of you are nominated for Best Song, Blame Canada. Matt's not. Yeah, I'm not.
we said we can't say anything about the dresses. Nothing about the dresses. What they everyone go say, guys, what about the dresses? Why the dresses? And we go, magical night tonight. Just all the dresses are out there.
Is that why you're in the dress? It's just such a magical evening, and everyone.
I've never seen this before. This is hilarious.
We just wanted to be a part of it all.
It's a night of magic.
Come on.
The only thing we could have done a little bit better is
His face.
sugar all over our noses. Just have been totally like you. I also remember actually then having to sit there in the actual Oscars and you're coming down off the acid. So you're simultaneously coming down and you're having to now sit through the Oscars, which suck. There were people that were like, dude, this is my big night. You. Yeah. That was the funniest thing to us. We're like, really? Like, this is bullshit. It's Hollywood. Like, let's rock, you know? We don't have any friends anymore. I wonder why.
We don't have any friends anymore. Oh, that one Eric Andre skit where he's got no eyes. But anyways, I've never seen that before. That's really funny. Those guys are geniuses. They're legends, and yeah. All right. Well, what do you got? What do you got going on today?
Well, I got the Sunset Strip is messaging me right now. They're trying something new next weekend. We're doing a variety show,
Cool.
and they want me to do improvised opera songs.
Yeah, do it. Just make fun of the audience. Just
Yeah.
oh, look at your hair. Your hair is a bunch of bullshit. I don't know. Your jacket is very expensive. It's an aviation jacket. How much are you paying it off? I don't know. I'm not funny with that shit.
Well, it's gonna be a lot like. Do you remember Whose Line Is It Anyway? I'm gonna have like prepared.
Never saw it.
You never saw Whose Line Is It Anyway?
No, yeah,
Drew
of
Carey?
course I have. We used to watch it together. Come
Ryan
on.
Stiles and Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. Does Wayne Brady got to slap a bitch? Oh my God.
And that's where Dave Chappelle is superior. He used Wayne Brady the right way. Like he brought Wayne Brady on his show, and instead of keeping him in this like kind of a very clean niche guy who was performing for old white people,
Yeah.
and made him a straight up badass thug who shoots Chappelle. It's just genius comedy writing. So fucking good.
Yep.
So yeah, we're doing that next week. So I got that to prepare for. He wants me to send him the songs right now. So
Just tell him you're gonna be roasting the audience. And
he wants opera songs that I'm gonna be singing over. So I can
Oh.
improvise over La Donna Immobile easily.
Do it.
I'll probably also do Conte Partero since people know it because of Boats and
Fuck
Hoes
yeah.
from Step Brothers, and then Nessun Dorma.
What about Rigoletto?
That's the La Donna Immobile.
Oh, La Donna Mobile. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that you kill at that one. That's
You
your
look
that
like
was like your
you.
breakout moment. You got over 1 million views on YouTube and you never got paid for it because of copyright infringement, but it was still great. I'm just kidding. That never happened.
The good old days.
What?
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days when you used to sing for the school, the people at the school. They had a good choir program.
Viva spoiled. I really thought about it the other day about like how did all those sets get built? Like how did they get all the wood for those sets? And I was like, oh, because they had money. Like the school district had money.
Yeah, but we
All
did a
those-
good job. We did a good
All
job
those
with what we were
parents
provided. So.
volunteered. Like we built a whole house on stage. It's crazy.
Oh, for
You can't take it
can't
with
take
you.
it. Can't take it.
And then
Well, we
how the man who came to dinner was even crazier. We had a staircase coming down the middle of the stage.
I helped build the stage, even though it was in the play. I was like, I
But
was
that-
not scared to
was
like
part
get
of
to
the-
work.
That was part of the whole tradition. And I will say this, that I won't say his name, but he's that one singer that I said remember he said I ruined his show, his
Yeah,
senior
that
show because-
douchebag.
Yeah, so his senior year refused. Okay, so he refused to move any of the set pieces between songs.
What a cunt.
He refused to do it. When I was my senior year and I was Noah and like I had like a bunch of shit to prepare for. I had scenes. Even if I was in the next scene, I would help move something off stage with the other extras or actors. I didn't understand the superiority of like, oh, I don't do that. And I was like, there's a lot of freshmen this year. There's a lot of us seniors. Let's set a great example for them that you don't have to be above something. You know, like if he would have helped with that specific scene that he's like, oh, I don't move set pieces, it would have been so much easier for everybody. But he was such a diva that and it's like you see their success, you see what he's up to these days, and it's like, oh yeah, absolutely. You refuse to move, so nobody wants to work with you.
What does he do now? Is he
I'm not
work
gonna
for
say-
like
I'm not gonna-
Amazon or
I'm not
something?
gonna get that specific.
He does programming for Amazon.
I'm not gonna get that specific. But
know.
anyway, brother, it was great to have you here weekend. That was a hell of a
yeah.
weekend. One of the best
I liked
weekends I think I've had in my comedy career.
yeah, barbecue was good. We need to do that more often. Could probably make that happen more often. Want to see we got the Long Distance Brothers in person. That'll be released before this, so that's fun. We need to try to do that more often. I don't know how.
I might put this out first because I don't think I got to cut anything from this one. So I might put this one out.
Yeah, we just had a straight up the whole point of this was so we could have like phone conversations. But you know what? There's a lot of things that David is doing and he needs to talk about it. And sometimes it's not just a conversation with us. We like to talk to the audience too. So, but yeah, dude, keep up the work. You are loved, by the way. I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, I love your brother. A lot of people said that. I heard that a lot. So I don't know if I told you that. Did I tell you that? I think I told you that.
Yeah,
I
you
did tell you that. I said that a few times when we were drunk. But they love you. But you gotta just gotta keep your head up and listen to that turtle of yours. Your turtle has some good advice for you.
Yep. Homeless man told me to keep my head up the other day.
Well, you ain't wrong.
I was walking to my car and I had I guess I was just looking down and he goes, keep that head up, big guy.
Are you sure? I think you need to keep your head up.
That's what he said to me.
Yeah, but then you say back, it's like,
No. What I said back to him was, mind your own fuckhole. I'm doing okay. No,
I'm doing just fine.
What did they say? No, but I every time I see him now, I go out of my way to tell him I don't have any money on me.
Yeah, yep. So, all right.
Hey,
Well,
bro.
you just came up with a new premise there. Work that out. That was funny. There's funniness there. these homeless people, man, they
Okay.
try
Let's-
they try to get money from you. You just got to tell them, no, I don't have any
homeless
money.
people, they try so hard to get their life together, but it just the system ain't built for. Okay.
Okay, that's enough. Let's go before we're homeless.
I've been there. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Don't do it again. Don't do that again.
Gonna do it
All
again.
right. Oh, you know what? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go home. We're gonna clock out now.
Farewell.
Have a good night.
Good night, brother.
Hey, David. I love you.
Oh, he usually says fuck you.